Hello, and thank you for watching. My name is Bradford Roberts, Principal Broker, Founder, and Owner of TR Realty in the Las Vegas area. After watching this video, please be sure to like it as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download the pertinent handouts for this video by clicking the link in the comments below. Now let's get started. This video is entitled Class 1, Welcome to the TR Team, Welcome to Real Estate Excellence. This segment is entitled Professional Representation. Part of your responsibility as my associate at TR Realty is to try to improve the standards of our industry. When I was selling real estate, I never saw myself as a real estate salesperson. I always projected myself to be a real estate professional. My secret to selling was actually not to sell at all, but to create an environment where someone was eager to buy or sell real estate. So we should think servicing first, selling second. Savvy agents are aware of current market conditions and can carry on an intelligent conversation about real estate anytime. How important is it to have market knowledge at your fingertips? It's critical, right? Yet according to a National Association of Realtors survey, responsiveness was preferred by a 3-to-1 margin over market knowledge. So, note that the number one thing people want from us is responsiveness. They want a quick return to their calls, their texts, their emails. They want quick answers and they want current information. Answer your phone. Return your emails and return your texts. Your first 5 years or so in the real estate industry, you should take every possible opportunity, regardless of the transaction size. So my advice for new real estate agents is to talk real estate, think real estate, dream real estate, immerse yourself in the world of real estate. If you take a look at the handouts I've prepared for you for this segment, you'll notice that we have a TV show list. Please take that in front of you. The reason I've prepared a TV show list is that I know from experience a lot of real estate agents will take my classes or any broker's classes, and then they'll never pursue any further education. At least with TV shows, you've got something that you can watch to stay relevant. Now, if you take a look at the list, you'll notice that there are TV shows that are both current and out of production. Well, that's not because it's an old list, that's because with the power of the internet and lots of websites we can watch TV shows that are no longer in production. The reason they're still on the list is because I feel that there's quite a bit of value to those shows. You might also know that there are several shows on the list that are not based in the Las Vegas area. And again, that's because I believe there's a lot of knowledge that can be garnered from those TV shows. Additionally, folks, keep in mind that about 90% of the customers you work with are not from here. And when people come here from other cities, states, and countries, they bring with them their expectations, their experiences, the way real estate may be bought and sold in other places. So we have to have an understanding. In such a transient city like Las Vegas, we have to know how real estate is conducted in other places. And that's why those types of TV shows have made my list. The next handout I've prepared for you for this segment is a reading list. Believe it or not, some people still read books. And I am asked from time to time if there's any books that I could recommend, and therefore I put together a reading list for you. I'd like to talk next about the top 3 reasons why agents go out of business. The number one reason why agents don't make it is a lack of focus and effort, or another way of saying that is distractions. Real estate agents are often attracted to the business because they think they can make their own hours. And while that's pretty much true, most agents don't make any hours at all. They sleep late, they go to the gym, they go to the kids' soccer game, they watch TV, they play games on their phone, and they do all kinds of things that eat away at their day like a cancer. So if you want to make it in real estate, you have to stay focused, you have to put the distractions aside. That's why we offer offices where our agents can come if there's too many distractions at home. The second reason why agents go out of business is a lack of funds. So people often calculate how much it takes to get started in the real estate business. They add up things like the cost of going to real estate school, fingerprinting, exam fees, licensing fees, the cost of joining the Realtor Association, maybe getting some business cards, some signs, some lock boxes, etc. They add up all of those costs and they think that that is the price of entry into the business. They are sadly mistaken, because that price of entry I just talked about is simply to get you started. What trips up most agents is the lack of sustenance, because we know that it can take weeks and months in most cases to earn your very first commission check. So if you have been able to put aside the money to get into the business, you still have a long road in front of you when it comes to paying your mortgage or your rent, your utilities, your automobile expenses, health insurance, advertising, marketing, and all other kinds of things like that. So it is that lack of funds, that lack of sustenance, that is the number 2 reason why agents can't make it. And the number 3 reason that agents don't make it in our business is a lack of knowledge. Perhaps they've chosen the wrong company. Maybe they've chosen a big franchise company that has textbooks from the 1990s they're still reading from. Or maybe they've chosen some mom and pop brokerage that doesn't even have a real or a formal training program. Or worse yet, maybe they've chosen a brokerage that does, and they've chosen not to attend. Of course, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? But that is the number 3 reason that agents don't make it. It's a lack of knowledge. So when we talk about distractions, when we talk about lack of funds and lack of knowledge, those are the big reasons that agents are not able to make it. In fact, the numbers are staggering. Approximately 80% of those who get a real estate license will not have a license in 2 years. Some go completely inactive and give up on their license. Some of them go to a non-MLS company, such as TR Alliance. But another interesting statistic shows that about 97% of those who go non-MLS will never return and do real estate full-time. So folks, this is not a job, it's a career, it's a business, and you have to invest in your career. No investment equals no return. Remember, this is a business, it is not a job. And because it's a business, you have to be ready to do business anytime, anywhere. Remember, as a new real estate associate, availability is one of your greatest assets. Another thing that is incumbent upon you as a young associate is to master our systems. Most importantly, we talk about the MLS system, which stands for Multiple Listing Service. Here in the Las Vegas area, we access that through a program called Matrix. There's also Transaction Desk. Transaction Desk is provided by the Realtor Association, and it's where we can find approximately 100 different forms that we use in real estate. There's also Broker Mint, which I, as the broker of this firm, have decided to use as our transaction management software. That's where you upload your documents and finish off your closing checklist. And AuthentiSign. AuthentiSign is for electronic signature. It is provided at no additional cost as part of your Realtor membership, and it allows us the convenience and facility to have our customers sign documents anywhere in the world that they have an electronic device and internet access, without paper, without faxing, without waiting for documents to be conveyed. So those 4 systems, in my opinion, must be absolutely mastered. And the time to learn those systems is when you're just getting started, because that's when you have the time. So the MLS system, Transaction Desk, Broker Mint, and AuthentiSign. In real estate, it's important to be a creative thinker, to be able to think on your feet. It's important to learn the correct vocabulary, the shorthand, the acronyms, the industry terminology. Like any industry, real estate has its own dictionary, and you have to be able to communicate clearly, accurately, and decisively with other real estate professionals in order to be taken seriously as a real estate professional and maintain credibility with your customers. Safety is a big topic, and a topic that I'll be getting into in other video segments as well. But remember that safety is always first. Never sacrifice safety for the possibility of a commission. Here's something interesting I want to share with you. In the 1940s, the National Association of Realtors, yeah, they were around at that time. In the 1940s, they surveyed the public on the issue of trust. And at that time, in the 1940s, approximately 80% of the American public said they are inclined to trust others. Well, that same question was recently asked in another survey, and that number has dropped to about 30%. So, trust is not given automatically anymore, folks. Today, trust must be earned. And you know, salespeople are rarely trusted, but professionals are usually trusted. So don't sell, serve. Remember, this business is not about houses, it's about people. People skills are critical, front and center, now more than ever. I have seen countless agents with excellent knowledge of the forms and the laws and the processes fail due to having poor people skills and poor communication skills. This business is about building relationships with your customers, and strong relationships are impenetrable by the competition. Never act desperate. Never do something only because you need the money. I want to talk about what experts are predicting for the future of our profession. Unfortunately, it's not very good news. And the reason we talk about these things is so that we are conscious of them, and perhaps we can learn to buck these trends. So, what experts are predicting for the future of our profession. Number one, a deterioration of reputation due to the large number of part-time, untrained, unethical, incompetent agents. Number two, losing relevancy due to technology and due to our own unwillingness to change and evolve. And number three, a downward pressure on commissions as the public sees a diminishing value in our services. So, again, we must be conscious of these things, not fall victim to them, but we have to prove those experts wrong. So, in summary, you have to provide value or you will be rendered obsolete. Remember, folks, customers come first and we accommodate them, not the other way around. National Association of Realtors says approximately 1/3 of the public is happy with their agent after a transaction closes. Imagine, only 1/3 of the public is happy with their agent. That brings enormous opportunities for new agents getting into the business. Vast majority of agents fail to keep in touch after a deal closes. Maybe that's part of the reason. Here's another way to frame this discussion. Remember, the client is in charge of the decisions. The agent is only in charge of the process. Be sure to explain to your customer who we represent. They are sometimes confused, especially customers who come from out of state where laws may be different or out of the country. As I mentioned earlier in this video segment, only about 10% of your customers are native to this area. So it is important, a part of getting to know your customer, that we explain the concept of representation. Now, I've used the words customer and client in this video segment, and perhaps you may think that they are interchangeable. They are not interchangeable. So just to circle back and explain, a customer only becomes a client when they enter into a contract. So unless and until we have a buyer brokerage agreement, a listing agreement, a purchase and sale agreement, a lease agreement, a property management agreement, until and unless there's that contract, that is not a client, that is only a customer. Remember, you're under no obligation to work with anyone who makes you uncomfortable for any reason. Again, this is a business, it is not a job, so those decisions are left up to you. I'd like to talk about the top 8 reasons why customers fire their agents. And generally what that means is your customer stops communicating with you. Let's talk about those 8 reasons. 1, being unprepared. 2, poor response time. 3, a poor appearance. Yes, appearance matters in this business. Number 4, high-pressure sales techniques. Number 5, poor negotiation skills. That's why we're going to be doing a whole video segment on negotiation skills. 6 is inexperience. So good news for those of you getting started in the business, a lack of experience is only number 6 on the list. Number 7 is not listening to what the customer wants. And lastly, at number 8, believe it or not, is bad driving. National Association of Realtors says if we are bad drivers, it brings up issues of trust and discipline with the customer. So those are the top 8 reasons that our customers fire us. Sometimes you need to fire the customer. In other words, walk away, like when they ask you to break the law, as an example, or when they're just not realistic. Sometimes customers can be very hard-headed, and you get to the point where you realize no matter how many houses you show, no matter how many ways you explain things to them, they're just not getting it. And remember, you can't always control your customer, but you can control which customers you choose to work with. I would like to thank you for watching this video. I hope it was informative for you. If you are licensed with another brokerage in Southern Nevada and would like to talk with me, please text me or visit our website. See you next time.